Hello everyone. So today, as you can see, is another part. Today, as you can see, is part 4 of my perfume collection, fragrance wardrobe, I would say, for me. Series of videos, and the way I am approaching it is I am grouping fragrances into different categories according to how I would wear them. The first part of this series was an introductory part where I did an overview of what kind of categories we're working with. The second part had to do with powdery fragrances, which are some of my favorites, and therefore I basically put them in a category of their own. Third part had to do with winter daytime scents that I really adore, and I feel like they open up the best in the colder climates or in colder weather. Today we are going to tackle this row, which is really quite a long row, so we'll have to go through it a little bit faster. And those are Dayware fragrances that are good for everything, meaning that any occasion, any time of the year, these are going to work for you, and they are not specifically, in my mind, designated to a specific purpose. They're just good workhorses. They're just fragrances that are going to pull you through whatever day you're having. Also, this is the category of fragrances I travel with because I don't want to bring a lot. I usually bring either a few samplers, but then you don't know what you're getting anytime you're trying something. You're like, I might hate this, and do I really want to be irritated today? But for me, these are the fragrances. If I'm taking one bottle with me traveling, going somewhere, it's going to be one of those. Let's start at the back. There are 3 Chanel No. 5s there, and those are the 3 Chanel No. 5s I own, and all of them belong to this category for me. I don't have the Eau de Parfum. What I do have is Pure Parfum, so just the pure perfume, high concentration. I have Eau Premiere, and I have the Eau de Toilette. Those are the No. 5s that I own, I love, and I will continue to buy. I also have No. 5 Le over there, but it doesn't really belong to this Dayware category. So we will start with the No. 5 Parfum. This is one of my favorite ways to wear a clean soapy scent. For me, No. 5 is because of the aldehydes, because of the blended florals. It's really a luxury soap smell, which is what I'm going for a lot of the time. If I want to just smell elegant and elevated and appropriate, No. 5 is always a good pick. For me, No. 5 Eau de Parfum was not something I could easily wear. It's a little bit aggressive. If I'm going to wear a soap fragrance, normally I don't actually want it to be super apparent. I want it to sit a little bit closer because what I'm trying to go with is a sensation of cleanliness and elegance. And Eau de Parfum really does not do that for me. So I'm sure there are lots of lovers of an Eau de Parfum there. Now, Pure Parfum, so Perfume, the highest concentration you can get, comes in this tiny little guy. It is like one of the smallest bottles ever. This is a full-size Parfum bottle. This is a dabber. I have not used a ton of it because this is my second bottle of the Pure Parfum. And for me, this is actually not a very concentrated scent. From a Pure Parfum, you always kind of expect it to hit you in the face with the intensity. Now, the wear time on this guy is pretty great. I'm actually wearing it today. It's just a really, really lovely way to wear a lightweight fragrance with tons of staying power. This is far less in your face than the Eau de Parfum, although the concentration of the actual fragrance is much higher here. And on top of that, this is like a full-size bottle of the Pure Parfum. This is adorable. This is really, really cute. The tiniest little Chanel ever. It does come in this little box where it sits, and one of the ones that I don't think is essential, I would probably, if I only had to have one, it probably wouldn't be this one, but it's so fun to own. I really, really like it, and I have repurchased that one. I have repurchased the Chanel No. 5 Eau Premiere. Lately, I've been reaching for this one, and as you can see, I have a new bottle going on. I've been reaching for this one the most out of all of my No. 5s. And right now, again, this changes sometimes, but right now, out of the No. 5s, this is probably my favorite favorite iteration. There's a little bit more sweetness to it than there is in Eau de Parfum or Eau de Toilette, which is a beast. Number 5 Eau Premiere is an elegant, updated, wearable way to wear number 5 on the daily. Very, very easy. Very easy scent. If you're worried about wearing number 5, they have the Le. Again, I have it. It was a bit of a disappointment because it does not wear. It was just a little bit of a disappointment for me. They do have the same vibe, the Le and the Eau Premiere, but I do think the Eau Premiere delivers just a little bit of that extra oomph. And if you are having doubts about the number 5 lineup and you've smelled the Eau de Parfum and you went like, not for me, do try the Eau Premiere. It is really, really pretty, modern, and very wearable, while retaining this classic Chanel DNA. So right now, this is my favorite. In the past, if you asked me a year ago, and 2 years ago, and 3 years ago, and 4 years ago, which number 5 is my favorite, I would probably say this one. This is one of the oldest versions of number 5, and this is the Eau de Toilette. Don't let the Eau de Toilette label fool you. It's a full-on, really long wearing, really powerful scent. It has less sweetness than does the Eau Premiere. Again, I'm going through like a sweet freak phase. Don't know what happened, but I'm really, really into sweeter scents, which is why I'm gravitating towards the Eau Premiere. Now, most of my life, the Eau de Toilette is actually my very, very favorite version of the number 5. This is obviously a repurchase, a fairly new repurchase. It makes me super happy to smell it. This is the version that for me most closely resembles an upscale soap boutique of some sort, and gives you this super fresh, clean, soapy feeling. Plus, obviously, the bottle is gorgeous, which doesn't hurt. Very much of a daily scent. Again, number 5 for me are soapy, classic, elegant scents, and that's why they reside in this lineup of daytime, anytime workhorse scents that can basically work for anyone at any point, that are super versatile. Then I have this Burberry Her bottle. It has disappointed me on its own tremendously. On my skin, you know, on a blotter, it smells lovely and it really keeps its pretty integrity. It has strawberries, it's a little bit powdery, it has a somewhat of a hint of a maybe 5 days ago someone smelled a cigarette here, which is more alluring than gross because I don't like cigarette scent either. But there's just that little tiny hint there. So on a blotter, and I bought this having smelt it on the blotter, this is awesome and super right up my alley. Unfortunately, it has not held together. The composition just really didn't hold together on my skin by itself. I gave it a scathing review. I was not happy with the scent and with how it wore, and I actually still stand by that review. However, I found a way, as you can see, to wear it that I'm nearly out. I really don't have a lot left. And the way that I found to wear it, and it's not an accident that these guys are standing next to each other, I find that mixing it with Chanel number 5 Eau de Toilette and wearing them layered does wonders for the integrity of the Her. I think it's a beautiful combination. I was obsessing over it and wearing it for weeks on end. And then I had to stop because I needed to get another Eau de Toilette because I ran out. So if you happen in your fragrance wardrobe, if you're lucky enough, if you happen to, in your fragrance wardrobe, have number 5 Eau de Toilette and the Burberry Her, try them together. It's a really, really good combination. And that layering technique really saved this perfume for me, and it really rehabilitated its place in my heart. As you can see, I was through it with this scent. I'm not sure if I would repurchase it because I really don't like wearing it on its own. The only way I like wearing it is layered with the number 5. I don't know if it's worth it for me to buy it again, but I never actually thought that I would get through this one because it really bothered me that it didn't stay whole the entire time that I wore it. Another one that I feel is good for daily wear and is good for people who really like classic fragrances but are looking for an updated version. For instance, number 5 Eau de Parfum versus Eau Premiere. With Chanel, same can be said about the Shalimar. Now, their Shalimar flankers I absolutely cannot stand. And then there's Shalimar flankers that are done right and are gorgeous. This one I'll certainly finish up. Unfortunately, I don't think it's available anywhere anymore. It was released a few years old. I bought one. I started using it, and then I bought another one as a backup, and this is the backup, and I don't think I can find it again. This is Shalimar Parfum Initial Le. So it's not the initial perfume, which was an updated version of Shalimar. This guy is even more updated. So it's not actually a Shalimar flanker, it's the Shalimar Parfum Initial flanker. But it really grabbed my attention, and it is certainly something special. One of the most visually appealing bottles that I have, I think, because it's a matte glass with this peachy colored liquid, and it has this little feather over here. It's very gentle looking, and this is how it smells. It's the gentlest little whisper of Shalimar. It's as if Shalimar was worn for like 5 days on a scarf, and then you smell the remainder of this lightweight, beautiful burnt vanilla that is in there. So the Le is probably my very favorite Shalimar iteration. Now, I previously said that Initial was, but I think Le is better. Better for me and better in general. Again, this is just my opinion. I've finished my Parfum Initial. I am going to replace that one soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep replacing the Initial or I am going to back off. I finished 2 Shalimar fragrances this year, and I think I'm a little bit over Shalimar. So I might back off for a bit and just let the Shalimar sit there waiting for me to want to crave it again. I have to say, normally Shalimar is not something that I would call effervescent or lightweight and uplifting. It's more of a hardcore presentation. It's more of a serious presenting fragrance. This one is the uplifting, weightless, happy version of Shalimar. Just a delight. A delight. Not sweet, not candy-like. It doesn't have like super strong vanillic accords or anything like that. That's what does not drag it down. That's what makes it so lightweight and so very wearable. So for me, perfect daytime scent if you're not wanting anything particularly floral, fruity, or like if you want something special, very, very pretty. If you've had it before, you know how lovely it can be. Obviously, wear time is not as good as on the original Eau de Parfum. As you can notice, another Narciso cube made its way into the daytime fragrances. I did discuss the Eau de Parfum in the old weather picks, and I feel like the Eau de Toilette, although also has an excellent amount of staying power, is much more of a anytime, anywhere, easier to pull off scent. It doesn't go too creamy on you. It does still have very much the DNA of the Eau de Parfum. It's not a lighter weight, less lasting version of it. It has some of the creaminess lifted. So when the white cube, the Eau de Parfum, is super creamy and creates that coziness, Eau de Toilette does so at a much smaller pace and a much smaller degree. It's much more tame, it's much more wearable. If you feel like the Eau de Parfum is too hardcore, Eau de Toilette would be a good one to try, and it's super versatile. Again, you can basically wear it anywhere and it would be appropriate. So slightly more woodiness, slightly less creaminess, a really, really beautiful musk. no complaints whatsoever. Haha. Now we have one of the fruitiest, if not the fruitiest fragrance in my on this entire table. This is a repurchase. It's a new bottle. I have owned it in my late teens, early 20s first, and it's just very happy. It's happy, girly, uplifting, quite sweet, big fruit kick, just delightful, no two thoughts about it sort of scent. Not so much refreshing, so it did stay in the daily wear category here, but it's fun and absolutely not serious. Not something that's elegant. It's not something that's high-end smelling. It's not something that is complex in any kind of way whatsoever. But it is one of the happiest scents I own. It has tartness to it combined with a pretty good amount of sweetness. It's fun. If you do enjoy tart, sweet, fruity scents, I think you really like number 2 from the Ralph Lauren The Big Pony collection. Did I even say what it was? I like none of the others from the Big Pony collection. I only like this one. And if you're into the super girly, no fuss, fruity florals, fruity desserty, fruity dessert scents, try number 2, the Big Pony. It's really quite good. The number 2 Big Pony to me is one of the best constructed ones that I have come across. And it's not really a category that I wear a ton. So the fact that I've been purchasing this since like I was 19 or something like that, it does speak for itself. It's over a decade now. Here is a newcomer to my fragrance wardrobe and a scent that I have disliked in the past. Again, it's only in the last 6 to 8 months that I've been really able to start enjoying very sweet fragrances again. And this is Mon Guerlain from Guerlain. It came out several years ago. I did a review. I had a few sample sizes and I didn't end up buying it because I thought that it was just really nondescript and too sweet. So now that I am a little bit more prone to choose much sweeter scents, I have decided to try it again. And I got myself a 30 ml bottle, and this is one of my new favorites. Basically, I don't know what happened. I do think it's sweet. I do think all the things that I've thought of it before, but right now it really, really suits my body chemistry, and it smells different on me right now than it did when it initially came out and I tried it then. Then it really sugared up and smelled too nondescript vanilla. Now I'm getting a much different picture from it. The lavender that is there really rises to the top for me, and it raises the quality and the interest factor in the Mon Guerlain for me manyfold. I think that this is just basically a question of body chemistry. Something has changed in my body chemistry in the last little while. So Mon Guerlain right now is my jam. I'm thinking about having the Mon Guerlain Sensuel edition to add to my current state of affairs with Guerlain. It is a very wearable, distinctive scent. And it is very vanillic. It is rather sweet, but right now on my skin in the cooler weather and with whatever change there was to my skin chemistry, it pulls way less bakery vanilla, which it did before, and way more of the elevated, beautiful 18th century heroine in a novel, which I adore. So this does have a little bit of a vintage flair. I really can't get over this. I am so shocked, and it happened with more than one scent, and I'll come in the next part of the video series. I will come to others that I basically felt the same way about, whereas previously it did not open this way on my skin, and now for some reason my skin is pulling a lot less sugar. So I'm eating my words. This is a jam right now for me. It smells different to me and opens up differently to me than it did when I initially tried it. Love. Let me know, which scents are you considering workhorses? Which scents are you considering to be basically appropriate for any occasion, any time of the year? Do you have those? One of the ones that I wish I had right now, but I don't, is actually Burberry Body. I need to repurchase it. I really think it's a wonderful grab and go fragrance. It doesn't need anything special to be good. And it's also one of the soapy body smell scents that it's one of those soapy clean skin scents that I really, really do enjoy for the daily wear. Next, we're going to be talking about evening scents, evening wear scents for a variety of occasions. Some of them can also double up as a day wear in the cold weather scents, which was the previous part. Go look at it if you want to. But I have 2 rows here, and I will probably be tackling it row by row. So number 5 is going to be this row, and I'm going to tell you about which scents belong to this particular category in my scent wardrobe. Let me know, in terms of the workhorses, again, what you're wearing, and also in terms of the ones that I have here. What do you think? Do you have any particular opinions? Share them with me if you can, because I'm always curious about what do other people smell, and if you have tried any of the ones that are here with me today, did you have the same feelings about them as I do now? That's it for today. Have a wonderful day. Go on to the next part, part 5. We still have lots to cover, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.